time with these big old tanks. Yeah. All right. Let's do some green. No, we'll do red-headed. Yeah, I need to go see if I have red color. I think the brightest red I have is on my desk here. So I'm gonna have to re-bobbin up. Let's choose this one here. What's going on? What's going on? Appreciate you stopping in. Just getting started here. What is this? Yeah, this red one's gonna be good. Hey, there's everybody. What's going on, everybody? Just getting started here. Rethreading the bobbin. And I'm old. I can't see very well, so I have a little trick. All right. Let's move this back a little bit. Maybe it'll be less blown out. Is that better? I feel like that's better. Absolute unit of a freaking fly. But for what I use it for isn't what I use flies for, I guess, in the traditional sense. I more or less use flies for trolling behind boats and such like that. So these bigger hooks work for me. But this one I still want to do black. We're going to do a woolly bugger with a red head to it. So egg-sucking leech is what I've known to call them. That is perfect right there. I'm going to do 2 wraps over the top. I say 2 and then I put 3, maybe 4. Fold it back, run up the body, fold that back over, 1 or 2 wraps around there. Actually, let's go a little bit higher up. 3, 4. Cut this bad boy back. We don't want all that in there. This is going to build the body. This is going to build it, make it thick. Now, go right back up. Whoa, calm down. Go right back up. Make sure you get that head nice in there. There we go. Nice uniform body with a big old bushy tail. Now, yo, brother. You jumping in or what? Spencer, I did not catch you in that comment. What do you like for winter fishing? Lakes, rivers, maybe a couple of your favorites. So I have a usual pattern that I typically go for. So, and it's yearly. So springtime, I'm going for kokanee. So I'll use a lot of these and some other kokanee flies that I tie up. Kokanee is like a small salmon that I have here in the Pacific Northwest, and I typically go on my boat, and I grab those guys out of my boat with downriggers and go deep for those ones. That kind of sets off my season, and then that usually opens up before trout season usually joins in, and then it's just a tradition for me and my buddy to hit for stocky trout and just join the mayhem that is the stocky trout, and then I'll use these again for that. And then once stuff kind of starts to warm up, then I'm hitting the bigger lakes for bass and that kind of stuff, and that's typically usually my summer. And then after that, once fall starts to hit again, I then pivot over to salmon and steelhead, and then I start tying up, these guys, so that way I can catch some of the big tanks that we have here in the Pacific Northwest. I actually have some pictures printed out, so hold on a second. I'm old school in the sense I like to have photos of my catches and all that. So there's some of the bass that I catch during the summertime, and then as winter hits, that's some of the salmon that we get here. And I've actually caught this guy on this exact jig right here. So Billy Grins, do you want to go live, brother? Do you want to do a duo? It says I'm here in the Pacific Northwest, also wondering what to tie now for steelhead and brown trout, or what are some of your favorites? So steelhead, I don't have any right now. I usually have like smaller jig heads, 1/8 ounce, quarter ounces, that kind of thing, and then I'll float those under a float. Yeah, duo stream, brother. All right, you're down. All right, let me finish this conversation, and then I'll hit you up. But yeah, I usually float those underneath. Steelhead is not my strong suit. I definitely go for the salmon more. I'm attempting to go more for the steelhead. So, just like everything else, man, I'm this year alone, I've tried to open my book of like what I want to go for and fish new stuff that I haven't done before. So, like if you go check out my channel, shameless plug, there is a video up there right now that I just recently went out and did some squid fishing off the pier in Seattle. That was freaking awesome. Never done that before. So I'm definitely going to add that to my repertoire of stuff to do in this area. And then actually, I'm hoping not this coming weekend, because obviously the holiday weekend, but the weekend after, I'm hoping to go for razor clams. I live near the ocean here, and there's razor clams, and so I'm trying to set that up with some family, and I want to do a video on that. So, yeah. But I am going to be tying some steelhead jigs that I feel have worked well for other people and that kind of stuff here shortly. I just don't have any of the jigs at hand, but I am going to have them by next week. So if you follow me, brother, I will I'll make sure to tie some of those up and then kind of show you how I do it. And shit, I might send you a few. So I do hit the Skagit and not the Yakima. The Skagit this year was pretty full with there's been some different groups online that have made it pretty hard to kind of get away from the crowds. Not to say that I'm not against like everybody like fishing or anything like that. But for me personally, I just like to kind of get away from the crowds. And so I didn't hit the Skagit as much. I hit some rivers a little farther north. And I did really, really well out there. So I'm trying to see. I don't think I have any on my wall of this year yet, but yeah, there's rivers north that if you're in the area and you want to try it, that I would recommend for sure. Especially if you're like me and you like to kind of get away from the crowds. I don't really have a boat that I like to run in the river, so mine's more just like a bass boat. So. I have thought about getting some like a ski, or not a ski. It's something to protect my motor, so that way I can. But I honestly would rather just think about getting like a drift boat and just doing that in that regard, more or less. So, all right, let me grab some chenille. But Spencer, I'm gonna end the stream, and then I'm gonna be right back streaming again with Villigren's pit stop, and we're gonna be tying flies together. If you want to join us there, brother. So I'd appreciate you stopping in. I appreciate you talking with me, man. I really do. And he freaking subscribed. Hell yeah! Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get there, man. So I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go. I gotta end the stream to add him in to Duo stream, and then you can hang out with us there, man. Appreciate it, Spencer.